Alright guys, welcome to another video. Before I dive right into this guys, you know the usual drill. If you're new to my channel, watching for the first time, consider subscribing guys. Smash the subscribe button if you're already a subscriber. I appreciate every single subscriber. Hit your notification bell to get notified so you know the next time I post some content. And if you like today's video, post some comments down below and send this out and share it to the YouTube universe. Alright guys, without further ado, let's dive right into this, okay? Why you just keep getting better and better and better as a man into your 40s and latter years, okay? Guys, we as men mature or reach our maturity mentally slightly later than females, alright? So females mature a lot earlier than us, and guys mature a lot later. All right. So when we're younger, we are still kind of experiencing life, and we're still experiencing the learning process of what we go through. You know, we're making mistakes. We may go through relationships. We may go through experiences, all right, and men still experiment through the 20s and their 30s, guys. Some guys are not even mature in those years of their 30s. Some guys can just go through all through their 30s and still not mature and still not know about life. They could be bums, they could not be doing well, all right. Same with the 20s, they could be messing around in their 20s and they could have done nothing, all right. So there's a lot of these factors as well, and they're just gaining life experience throughout that. Now, men also biologically have the advantage over the females, right? And certainly those masculine men out there with high testosterone levels, all right, they are biologically have more longevity. What do I mean by biologically have more longevity? Okay, they don't. Men can go longer physically. Men age better than females, unfortunately, into their latter years. Okay, so and that's just unfortunate fact, ladies. If you're out there or you watch my channel, don't hate me for it. Don't go, oh, what did you say? Okay, that's just a fact, all right. Men do age better than females. When females start hitting their 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, they start aging really badly. Okay, as you can see with some of these Hollywood film stars who used to be absolute 9s and 10s now look like 1s and 2s, okay, and can't get cast for anything. The horror that was Ellen Barkin, very fit in her younger days, but then when I saw her on the Johnny Depp stand when she was being a witness against him because she was throwing hate and she's just jealous of him, and she came on the stand just to shame him and throw shade, I didn't even recognise her. Age hasn't been good. So men age better as well. Men still are able to physically work longer. They're able to physically go longer than women. They're able to. Men also have the ability, better ability than females, to cope with stress and deal with the pressures of life, while females, as they get older and older and older, may not cope with these pressures as they were able to when they're younger, okay, when they start getting to office jobs or their corporate jobs, or it gets harder and harder and harder for them in the working world as they get more older and older and older, and that's why they try and lock down a high value masculine male before they turn 40, 50, 60, and this is why hypergamy exists, alright. So they want to lock down the highest value male because they know the differences in biology and that we can go longer and we can cope with things they can't cope. And don't throw hate at me, ladies, if any of you ladies are watching this, because I'm just stating biologically what happens, the difference in men age and females age, okay? So with that said, guys, all right, so when you're in your 20s, 30s, all right, and taking into account what I said about men, when you get to your 40s, a lot of men have this really, really, really doom and gloom, give up attitude, okay? And you see it all the time, guys, all right? I see it all the time. You see these guys in their 40s, you see guys in their 50s, and they've given up, all right? You even see these guys and their relationships, and they've given up, all right? They've put the slippers on, okay? They take the dog for a walk. They fall asleep on the couch. They have bellies from here to New York, all right? They look weathered, they look haggard, all right? And they've just kind of given up on their goals, dreams, and their life in general, and have no path or purpose or ambition. And what I've always told you guys about having path and purpose keeps you in your direction, keeps you in your masculine frame, keeps you in your frame as a male, okay? And certainly in relationships, guys, if you don't have a path or purpose and you throw all your cards into that relationship, making the female your path and purpose, you're asking for serious doom and gloom, all right? So you see all these guys giving up, you know, in these kind of latter years, and the reason behind this is they have been taught by society, all right, that habitual programming through the narrative that, you know, when you're at a certain age, you're done, you're gone, you're finished, all right, and men have taken this on and they become habitualized to it. And a lot of this has also got to do, guys, with relationship dynamics and whether the man holds his frame in that relationship, whether he's still on his focus, all right, and if he's not, this kind of leads to this attitude as well. But this is kind of the mistake men make. They've been taught the wrong thing. They've been taught that they're finished at 40. They're taught that they're finished at 50. Okay, and a lot of this comes down to mindset, guys, as well, and not having an aged mindset. All right. Bob Proctor talked about this. He actually made a comment. He said, people asked him, how could you be so vibrant and thriving at 80 and live the way you live? And he said, well, I just don't hang around old people. And he wasn't being rude. He was just meaning that he has a youthful mind. He hangs around with useful people. That keeps him going. That keeps him youthful. This guy was 80, guys, right? Bob Proctor. If you don't know who Bob Proctor is, he's a very world famous. He's passed away, unfortunately, but he's a world famous self-help development person that came from nothing, and he became a multi-millionaire, and he's helped thousands of people, and he's changed a lot of people's lives. You need to check him out. And unfortunately, he passed away, and even into his 80s, he died at 83, 84. He was so vibrant, he was so alive. All right, people like Anthony Hopkins talk about this. Anthony Hopkins said, why would I want to sit down in my slippers? You know, I've got what I slip out in my slippers with my feet up, watching television. I don't want to do that. And this guy's 70, 80 and still making movies. So you have examples of these people, all right? Men that are still thriving in their latter years and doing big things in their latter years. I mean, just look at the recent success of Top Gun Maverick, which, guys, I've seen twice now, so if you've not seen that, go and see it. That's at 1 billion. Tom Cruise is in his 60s, guys, and he's smashing it, all right? He's just smashing life in his 60s. That's a typical example of somebody you need to look at and think, how's this guy doing this? Because he doesn't see himself as finished, because he's in his latter years. Okay, he just sees himself as doing things, getting better and better and better, and men seem to forget this. Okay, they seem to forget this. There's so many, history has shown so many men don't come into fruition in their early years, guys, and this is surprising. They do not come into fruition in their early years, even their 20s, 30s, and even 40s, but beyond 40s is a very prophetic age. In Islam, okay, in the religion of Islam, the great Prophet ﷺ, who was a very well-known prophet in Islam, a very well-known prophet worldwide, and he's known He's known in history as one of the greatest prophet. Okay, the founder, the person who gave the message of Islam. He basically didn't come into fruition or was given the word of God or the guidance of God till he was 40 in his mature years, all right? And then he went on his journey. It wasn't 20, it wasn't 30, it was 40 and beyond, all right, when he became this massive, massive leader to a nation. And he had to be the leader and guide people and take them into this path. Okay, against much adversity, against the people at that time, against people that didn't believe what his word was. So he was ostracized. He had there's other stories of the troubles he went through, but that he was stoic. You know, he was on his path and purpose. He was stoic, and now his name is known throughout history. Okay, so that he was in his 40s when this all happened to him. So he was at that mature age, and his journey started from there. So people like Henry Ford, okay, was in his 40s when he gained success. Henry Ford, Edison. There's so many people in history, guys, that that didn't discover their path or purpose, that didn't come into their fruition, that didn't gain their success and until these latter years, all right? There's so many people in the sports industry now that are just defying time, beating time. Why are they doing it? Because they're starting to now prove it's got nothing to do with their age. It's got now, they're defying their age and getting better and better and better. Let me give you a sports example. Ronnie O'Sullivan just won the World Snooker Championships 2-3 months ago at 46, and he's still destroying youthful players who can't touch his level. Why? Because he has that mindset. All right. Tennis, Rafael Nadal. Okay, so Nadal's 35, 36. Okay, Roger Federer has been prone with a lot of injuries, but he was still playing it up into hitting his 40s. So guys, you're never finished. Okay, your masculinity, you being a high value male, is never finished. In fact, if any of you guys are in your latter years, your journey is just beginning, it's just starting into your 40s, 50s, 60s. Okay, you have to work on your path and purpose. You have to keep yourself healthy. You have to train, keep yourself physically good. Okay, and even in terms of an analogy of being in a gym and training, guys, I've got better and better and better as I've got older. Okay, so better and better, contrary to the information you get on fitness saying you slow down at a latter age. Okay, it gets harder, you get injuries. I've defied this, guys, and how have I defied it? Mindset. I don't believe that, and I'm coming into fruition even more on my training journey into my 40s, and I'll just get better and better and better because you've come into fruition, guys. Your life experience, all right, your life experience, your maturity, and your failures, everything is a combination of in your latter years of where you are in life, and you just build upon that and you get better and you become more mature and you can become more high value and more masculine, and your masculinity grows, guys. In your latter years, your masculinity grows. I mean, the younger generation are just beta. There's so many beta younger generations, guys. If you look at the younger generations, their behaviors are beta, their ideologies are beta. Okay, they simp on a constant basis. They have no path and purpose. Okay, whereas if you look at the latter people in the latter years, they're killing it. I know people that have businesses in the latter years are killing it. They have cars, they have businesses. I talked to a guy the other day and he's got a successful business and he's going to take a coaching course and he's thinking of converting his gym in the house to train people for £600 a head. Things like that, guys, that you can still be doing in your 40s, 50s, 60s, and that's why you keep getting better and better and better, provided you haven't damaged yourself in your earlier years, guys. And what do I mean by that? By toxic behaviors and toxic lifestyle, drinking, all these kind of low value behaviors, and not looked after yourself. You will go and become more alpha and more high value into your 40s, 50s, 60s, and beyond and beyond and beyond. And you can keep going, guys. Sylvester Stallone, Arnold Schwarzenegger. I can keep going with the list on and on and on. Colonel Sanders, who found Kentucky Fried Chicken, was in his 70s when he discovered that and became a millionaire. Ronald Reagan became president at 72. Okay, so that's why, guys, you will only become a more masculine, more alpha male into your 40s, 50s, and 60s, and you can still keep going, provided you have the right mindset, all right? And history has shown that. Some of the great leaders have shown that you just get better in these ages. You build on what you know, you build on your life experiences. So with that said, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you took something from that. Please give a brother a like, please give a brother some comments, and subscribe and get this out in the YouTube universe. With that said, guys, thanks for watching. Until the next video, we'll see you soon. Thanks. Shiraz out.